Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you not just as a successful entrepreneur, but as someone who has experienced the bitterness of poverty, the cruelty of discrimination, and the countless doors slammed in my face simply because I was born poor. My name is Arjun Kumar. I was born in a slum where people often said, "Once poor, always poor." But I stand here today to prove that this is not true. I stand here to share my story, not for sympathy, but to send a powerful message. No one has the right to decide your destiny except you. I was born into a family so poor that every meal was a struggle. Our home had no electricity, no clean water, and not even a proper bed to sleep on. My mother was a vegetable seller at the market, my father a laborer, but no matter how hard they worked, we could never escape poverty. Even as a child, I realized that the world did not treat everyone equally. I still remember a day when I was about 8 years old. I accompanied my mother to the market to help her sell vegetables. I accidentally brushed against a well-dressed boy in a school uniform. His mother immediately pulled him away and shouted, "Don't let him touch you, he's filthy." At that time, I didn't understand. I looked at my hands, they were just like his, but why was I considered dirty just because I was poor? I always dreamed of going to school because I believed education was the only way to change my life. But when I went to enroll, the principal looked at me coldly and said, "Do you really think you can study here? Can you even afford the fees?" Rich children walked into classrooms with their shiny school bags, while I was turned away simply because my parents couldn't pay. So I stood outside the classroom, listening to lessons through the window. I borrowed old books and taught myself. I studied under streetlights because my home had no electricity. As I grew older, I realized that poverty was not just about a lack of money. Poverty meant being denied opportunities, being treated as inferior, and being pushed aside by society. I once applied for a job, full of hope, thinking that if I worked hard, I would get a chance. But as soon as the hiring manager saw my address, one from a well-known slum, he smirked and said, "We don't hire people from that area, they're not trustworthy." I felt as if I had been slapped in the face. I wasn't even given a chance to prove my abilities just because of where I was born. But I refused to give up. I took on every job I could, selling tea, washing dishes, carrying heavy loads, just to save money. I taught myself about business by observing others. I failed many times, but I never stopped trying. After years of perseverance, I finally succeeded. I built my own company and created jobs for hundreds of people who, like me, had been disregarded by society. But I realized that personal success is not the ultimate goal. I know too well what it feels like to be discriminated against. I know the pain of being pushed to the margins of society, and I do not want anyone else to experience that. Today, I am not just an entrepreneur, I am someone working to create change. I have built free schools for underprivileged children so that no child has to stand outside a classroom like I once did. I have launched vocational training programs because I believe that a good job can transform an entire family. I am fighting to change the way society treats the poor. I want a world where a child born in a slum has the same opportunities as a child born in a mansion. If you are listening to this speech and feel hopeless, I want to tell you, you are not worthless. Society may look down on you and reject you, but you must never reject yourself. Keep fighting, keep learning, keep pushing forward. You cannot choose where you were born, but you can choose how you live. Remember, your wealth does not make you superior. What makes you truly great is how you use your success to help those less fortunate. Do not close the doors on the poor. Give them opportunities, because within them lies potential beyond imagination. The world can only be truly beautiful when no one is left behind. I am Arjun Kumar, and this is my story. Thank you.